Power is the most dangerous and the most revealing gift that life can ever place in your hands. It is not money, not fame, not success in its usual form. It is the ability to influence, to decide, to shape the lives of others. Many believe power corrupts, but in truth, power is a mirror. It does not change the soul, it unmasks it. When you are weak, when you have no influence, it is easy to appear humble, easy to appear kind, because you are not truly tested. But once you are given authority, once people look to you for direction, once doors open because of your name, the world begins to see the real you. With power comes the temptation to feed the ego. The applause becomes addictive, the respect feels like ownership, and the line between leadership and domination begins to blur. Some use their power to lift others, to inspire, to build, to protect. They carry the weight with responsibility, knowing every decision echoes beyond themselves. But others use it to control, to silence, to take, to satisfy their hunger for significance. And in that moment, the mask is gone, and character is revealed. Think about it: how many people promise loyalty, kindness, and justice when they are powerless, only to abandon those values when they rise to a position of strength? How many speak of honesty and fairness, but once they sit in the seat of influence, their integrity is the first thing to vanish? It is not because power made them worse. It is because power finally gave them the freedom to be who they always were inside. The true test is not how you act when no one knows your name. The true test is how you act when everyone does. Do you respect the people who cannot benefit you? Do you remain humble when you could easily boast? Do you protect those weaker than you, or do you crush them to prove your superiority? These are the questions power forces you to answer. Every time life places power in your hands, you stand at a crossroads. One path leads to arrogance, isolation, and eventual downfall. For no one who abuses power can hold it forever. The other path leads to legacy, respect, and a strength that endures beyond your lifetime. Power is not about controlling others, it is about controlling yourself when you could so easily dominate others. That is the rarest discipline, and that is what separates greatness from emptiness. If life has not yet given you power, prepare yourself, because one day it will. Whether through position, opportunity, or influence. When that day comes, remember, power does not create your character, it exposes it. And if you have built yourself with honesty, humility, and courage, then when the mirror of power reflects your soul, the world will see a leader worth following, and a human being worth remembering. Struggle is the relentless teacher that life uses to separate the superficial from the profound. It does not announce its arrival with grandeur or ceremony. It slips into your life quietly at first: a loss, a failure, a betrayal, a dream deferred, and suddenly, the ground beneath you feels uncertain. In those moments, the world seems heavier, your heart beats faster with fear, and every step feels like a battle against an invisible force. Many try to avoid struggle, to bypass it, to soften its impact with distractions or excuses. But struggle is unavoidable. It comes for everyone, and it comes not to destroy you, but to reveal the depth of your soul. When hardship strikes, the mask that the world has seen your whole life slips away. It is easy to appear resilient when everything is smooth, to smile when nothing is at stake. But struggle does not care about appearances. It does not reward those who merely talk about courage. It forces you to confront the essence of who you are. Some will crumble, letting fear and resentment consume them. They blame circumstances, they curse their fate, they let anger and bitterness take root. Others bend but do not break, learning to adapt, to find patience, to recognize the hidden lessons in adversity. And the rarest souls, those who embrace struggle fully, rise not in spite of pain, but because of it. Struggle teaches clarity. It strips away illusions about life and about people. It teaches you what matters and what does not, what is fleeting and what is eternal. It forces you to examine your choices, to understand the consequences of your actions, and to acknowledge the strength you never knew you had. In the crucible of hardship, resilience is forged, patience is nurtured, wisdom is gained, and slowly, quietly, an unshakable strength emerges, one that is not dependent on circumstance, recognition, or approval. The beauty of struggle is that it reveals character in motion. It exposes whether a person allows hardship to define them, or whether they define themselves despite hardship. It shows whether the heart clings to negativity or transforms pain into purpose. It shows whether the mind succumbs to doubt or sharpens into focus. It shows whether the spirit hides in fear or steps into the storm with courage. These moments of testing are not punishments. They are opportunities to discover your own power, your own potential, and your own capacity to endure. Many seek comfort and avoid discomfort, but comfort never builds strength. Comfort never teaches patience, resilience, or depth. Struggle, by contrast, sculpts the inner self. It challenges you to rise repeatedly after failure, to persevere when the path seems impossible, to hold on to hope when darkness seems unending. Every tear, every loss, every obstacle becomes a tool, if you allow it, to craft a character that cannot be shaken by circumstance. The person who embraces struggle knows that life's difficulties are not punishments but mirrors. They show who we are beneath the surface. They reveal whether we are weak or resilient, bitter or wise, defeated or determined. To live fully, one must face struggle willingly, not merely endure it. In doing so, life's harshest tests become the proving ground for greatness, the forge for inner power, and the gateway to a life of courage, clarity, and true strength. Character is not what you show the world when the sun is shining and the applause is loud. Character is forged in the quiet moments, the unseen hours, the choices made when no one is watching, and it is revealed most clearly under the pressure of life's tests. People often speak of who they are, but words are cheap. Actions are expensive. They cost courage, sacrifice, patience, and integrity. And when the world's mirror reflects back your choices, it is in these moments, small or large, that true character is exposed. We live in a society that rewards performance, appearances, and cleverness. But true character is not measured by what you achieve, what you display, or how you are admired. It is measured by how you respond when nothing goes as planned, when you are wronged, when opportunities slip away, when the easy path tempts you to abandon your principles. Every decision, every action, and every reaction in these moments carries the weight of truth, because the masks of convenience, fear, or vanity fall away. Think about it when faced with a situation where no one can see your choices. When the outcome does not benefit you directly, what do you do? Do you act with honesty, kindness, and courage, even if no one notices? Or do you take the path of ease, convenience, or personal gain at the expense of integrity? Character is revealed not in grand gestures, but in these subtle, defining moments. It is the courage to do what is right when no one is watching, the restraint to act with patience when the world demands haste, the humility to admit mistakes when pride screams to defend them. Character also shows in consistency. It is not a quality that appears for convenience or vanishes under scrutiny. It persists. A person with true character treats everyone with respect, not only those who can serve them. They make decisions guided by principle, not by fear of judgment. They lead quietly when necessary and step back without resentment when recognition is not forthcoming. They are not swayed by praise or criticism, because their compass is internal, rooted in values that transcend circumstance. Life has a way of revealing character through mirrors that cannot lie. Power, struggle, temptation, and success all act as reflections, showing who we really are beneath the surface. They expose whether we are loyal or self-serving, compassionate or indifferent, brave or fearful, humble or arrogant. And sometimes these revelations come as discomfort, challenge, or conflict, forcing us to confront parts of ourselves we may have preferred to ignore. The reflection may be painful, but it is necessary, because only when we see ourselves clearly can we begin to refine and strengthen the very essence of who we are. To cultivate character is to embrace truth, even when it is inconvenient. It is to choose integrity over convenience, resilience over despair, compassion over indifference, and courage over comfort. It is to act in alignment with values, not applause. And it is to understand that every challenge, every decision, and every quiet moment of reflection is a chance to reveal who we are, not who we pretend to be. Character, once revealed, cannot be fabricated. It stands as a monument to the choices we make, the principles we uphold, and the lives we touch. Growth is never comfortable. True growth demands that we be tested, stretched, challenged, and sometimes broken before we can rise stronger. Life does not hand out transformation on a silver platter. It presents obstacles, setbacks, and moments of discomfort precisely because these are the forces that shape the mind, fortify the heart, and strengthen the spirit. Every challenge, every trial, every moment that pushes us beyond what we thought possible is an opportunity to discover who we really are and what we are truly capable of. Tests are not punishments, they are invitations. They call us to confront our weaknesses, to wrestle with doubt, to step into the unknown with courage. Growth is not passive. It does not happen because we wish it to, or because we hope for it. It happens because we engage with life's pressures, because we embrace difficulty instead of fleeing from it, because we persist when the path is steep and the world seems indifferent. Every obstacle we overcome leaves an indelible mark, shaping our character, our mindset, and our capacity to achieve more than we ever imagined. The essence of growth lies in choice. When confronted with tests, we can surrender to fear, anger, or despair. We can allow circumstances to dictate our path, or we can rise, adapt, and transform. The difference between stagnation and growth is not circumstance, it is response. Those who see tests as insurmountable barriers remain trapped, confined by their own perception of limits. Those who see tests as opportunities to refine themselves find strength, clarity, and resilience beyond what they thought possible. Life's pressure, when met with courage and determination, becomes the very tool of transformation. True growth also requires introspection. It is not enough to endure difficulty, we must reflect on it, extract its lessons, and apply them consciously. Growth is cultivated when we examine our failures without shame, when we analyze our successes without arrogance, and when we allow every experience, pleasant or painful, to shape our perspective. It demands honesty with oneself, discipline in action, and humility in understanding that progress is never linear. Each test, no matter how small or great, is a step on the journey of becoming more than we are today. Resistance and discomfort are the hallmarks of meaningful growth. The moments that challenge us, that push us to the edge of our patience, courage, or creativity, are the very moments that refine us. They strip away complacency, reveal hidden strengths, and ignite potential we never knew we possessed. To grow is to embrace the friction of life, to understand that pressure produces diamonds, and that refinement cannot occur in the absence of challenge. Those who pursue growth intentionally do not fear tests, they seek them. They understand that growth is not measured by ease, comfort, or convenience. It is measured by resilience, perseverance, wisdom, and the capacity to act in alignment with higher principles despite adversity. Every trial becomes a teacher, every obstacle a stepping stone, every challenge an opportunity to rise above yesterday's limitations. In this way, life itself becomes the laboratory of transformation, and every test, no matter how daunting, contributes to the development of an unshakable, fully realized self. To embrace growth is to embrace life fully, to step into every test with courage, and to recognize that the greatest achievements, the deepest wisdom, and the most enduring strength are born not in comfort, but in challenge. It is through these tests that we evolve, that we rise, and that we forge a life of purpose, resilience, and limitless potential. Growth is never easy, but it is always worth it. For it is the only path to a character, a life, and a legacy that cannot be shaken. All the lessons of power, struggle, character, and growth converge to reveal one undeniable truth: life does not lie, and it does not reward pretense. Power exposes who we truly are when the world is watching. Struggle exposes who we are when no one is watching. Character reveals the depth of our integrity, and growth proves whether we rise above circumstance or remain bound by it. Together, these forces act as mirrors, reflecting not who we pretend to be, but who we genuinely are at our core. The conclusion is simple yet profound: true character is not built in comfort, nor displayed in words alone. It is revealed in the crucible of challenge, in the choices made when no one can see, in the way we wield influence, and in how we endure hardship. Every decision, every response, every action is a brushstroke painting the portrait of our soul. To live a life of integrity and power, one must embrace both tests of life willingly, the test of authority and the test of adversity. Power and struggle will inevitably arrive. When they do, let them not intimidate you, let them illuminate you. Face them with courage, with humility, with honesty, and with resilience. Let your actions reflect the values you hold within. Let your response to hardship reveal the strength of your heart. Let your use of power demonstrate wisdom and compassion. In the end, life's true reward is not wealth, fame, or recognition. It is the knowledge that you have become someone of substance, someone whose character cannot be shaken, someone whose growth cannot be denied. Only through the mirrors of power and struggle, only through reflection and choice, only through courage in the face of trials, can we discover the fullness of who we are meant to be. The path is not easy, but it is the only path worth walking. Stand tall when tested. Act with integrity when unseen, persevere when challenged, and grow when pushed. Let every trial reveal, refine, and elevate you. When you do, the world will not just witness your strength, it will recognize your character, and you will have unlocked the greatest power life can offer, the power of becoming your truest, most extraordinary self.